the 72-hour finals prep. I call it the Blitzkrieg because it's really insane amount of studying for 72 hours that consists over 3 days. If you didn't know, 72 hours was 3 days. So, a lot of people ask me, how do you prepare for your finals? And how do you do it? Now, guys, I'm going to get to your questions here, Brenda. We're doing the live webcam here. But first, how do you prepare for finals? Is there a different way? Do you go all out? Do you recommend your four steps still on your website? Yes and no. Yes, because we're still following the same concepts of watching the videos, highlighting, reviewing 5 to 7 times our highlighters, and also taking NCLEX style test questions. But no, because it's very high intense. So what I recommend is getting a blank sheet of paper, cutting it in half. Now, this works magically if you have only 4 tests, because you have a section 1, 2, 3, 4 for all your 4 tests. So I recommend starting with your lowest test score first. And I say this because I talk about 3 days of studying when usually we have about a week to maybe 2 weeks of studying for your for your finals. So if you start with your lowest test score, so let's say your first test score was 80%, second test score was 62, third was 72, and your last one was a 90%. Great job. I'm going to start reviewing test number 2 first. So you're going to break out all your notes, and hopefully you guys were following me throughout the semester and you have a big stack of note cards. But if you don't have the note cards, it doesn't matter. It's perfectly fine. What we're going to do is we're going to start with test 2. You're going to review your highlighted portions inside of your notes or whatever you use to study. And you're going to make little tiny bullet point notes of only the need to know information here. Okay? And maybe you remember questions from the test. So let's say it was an ABG lecture. You're going to put ABGs right here. You're going to also put acidosis, alkalosis, what you look for, really tiny bullet points of the need to know information. That is what we do in the AM. Okay? In the PM, we're moving along to the next test. So, number 3, 72%. Doing the same exact thing. Guys, I do this because you want to touch a little bit on your lowest test scores first. The worst thing that you want to do is go into your final and be like, oh my gosh, I just reviewed my lowest test score on the last day. No, we're covering those first, so we're carrying around our piece of paper everywhere we go throughout all the days and reviewing it for 1, 2, 3 days. By the time you guys come to your last day, you're going to have carried around this little piece of paper for the last 72 hours. And you're going to have only the need to know tidbits for your test. So whatever you chicken scratch you write, really tiny writing, you're going to be at school, you're going to be on your lunch break at work, you're going to be, taking care of the kids, going to the park, holding this little piece of paper as kind of like your Bible, your manual to passing your final. So you're constantly reviewing, constantly only the need to know information. So hopefully that makes sense, you guys. For your for your finals prep. And I recommend this just for your finals because usually we're given longer amounts of time to study for the rest of your tests. So again, real quick, reviewing your lowest test scores first and progressing. So if you're only given 4 content areas, you're right there on day number 2 on PM. You should have covered everything. Your last 2 days were just reviewing and taking NCLEX style test questions like I talked about in step number 4 inside my Simple Nursing membership, and we're getting ready adequately for the test. So guys, hopefully that helps you in your 72-hour Blitzkrieg. For more finals help and for more content and videos, go to simplenursing.com, and I will see you guys there.